Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Episode number 29. Just a little bit of a catch-up episode, really. We've got a fair bit to talk about. I'm excited. I'm joined with Anabolic Gabe. Gab, how are you? How did you sleep?
I'm very well, mate. Been sleeping well. I've been using this little app called Sleep Cycle lately, which we've got about 100 messages on Instagram about. I've been posting my little sleep score along with the duration. It's a really good breakdown. And everyone's like, what app is that? What app is that? So kind of like in bed for 8.5 hours, but the actual sleep is just like 7 hours and 20 minutes. So it's good to know like the efficiency and the quality. Are you on that app yet?
I had the yearly subscription. Haven't used it in a while though. I do recall the best part of that app was the way it woke you up. So it can you can like set a time to wake you up. Let's say I want to wake up at 8:30. It'll wake you up between 8 a.m. and 8:30 at your kind of least deepest sleep. Yeah. So you wake up feeling refreshed.
It's actually because it like gradually increases the sound of the alarm. So it's not like the aggressive iPhone, like a nuclear power plant has just gone off, or like there's a tornado warning. It just like slowly wakes you up, so it's quite nice. And I actually do notice that like it does make a difference. And you can just hop straight out of bed. So I reckon you should get back on it though.
I'm thinking about it. My wake up's been pretty good lately, but it's a rude, like it's like, you know, it's Chernobyl. Like when I wake up, you know, the alarm is hectic, trying to get through, but we've just gotten out of a lockdown.
Is it though? Like they've said we're out of a lockdown, but
I can't keep up, to be honest. Like we have it so good. We'll start with that. We have it so good. We live together. You know, we can kind of do whatever we want, but it is affecting us from like a business perspective and a podcast perspective. We've had some of the most elite guests lined up, and we can't get them on. We
won't name names, but like literally we had so many guests say, I'm down. Like this is where the podcast studio is, like literally so keen to come on. And then like the rules are so ambiguous, like because we're a business, I don't know if like it's a workplace people can come in or it kind of is like our house. It's like you can't have people over, so it's a bit dodgy, and obviously we don't want to be breaking the law or anything. So we literally can't have these guests on. So we're just going to have to keep chatting together. And
I mean, we could like bring the recorder to a bloody pub and do it and sit around 60 other people. But can't have them in our own home. I don't know. It's a bit of a pain, to be honest. Yeah. So
we do apologize about that, guys, but we do have some good guests lined up, and hopefully we'll be able to do those podcasts very soon.
Yeah, we should be. Other things going on, Olympics. Large.
Everyone's been talking about their high school athletics achievements since they've been watching Rowan Browning and all that. So
I would have made it, but it's always something.
Shin splints, bro.
Yeah, they got to me. What's your favourite sports?
Favourite sports? Well, I know we're really good at swimming, but I'm a terrible swimmer. I don't float because of all that creatine.
Favourite to watch?
Like rowing is pretty good, just because I know firsthand how exhausting that is, and it's literally the most intense form of cardio. So I've just got mad respect for anyone who does rowing, and like the Australian fours, like they're just next level fitness, like winning gold in the fours. That's just like insane.
It's incredible. I watched some of the track cycling last night. That was so amazing. It's such like it's a funny sport. You don't really hear about it until, you know, the Olympics come around once every 4 years. And I get rattled every time about how fast they're going.
Did you see that guy's handlebars fall off?
And then he got back on like 20 minutes after.
That's crazy.
You'd have to be nuts. But do you know anyone competing in the Olympics?
Like know of people. I think, look, I could rack my brain and find a few, but... we know a few, like in soccer teams and whatnot, things like that. So,
it's kind of our year, like our age group. You know, we're 22, 23, when we're starting to kind of get into the Olympics, and it's pretty cool being able to watch, you know, people who you've gone to school with or know of and stuff, you know, competing on the world stage. It's
definitely the best year of the Olympics to watch, I think.
Yeah, it's a shame there's no crowds.
I don't know.
I'd like the crowds to be there and for there to be a bit more excitement.
So, do you know any big names in there?
Not any big names, really. Oh, well, some names. I went to school with a rower called Nick Lavery. Hopefully, will come on the podcast one day. And that was cool. You know, we watched his race and stuff.
It's a shame he didn't bring home a gold medal. You know.
Yeah, next
it is what
Olympics.
It is.
Yeah, well, I mean, the next Olympics are only 3 years away, aren't they?
Yeah,
is that how they're doing it?
Yeah.
So there's not too long to go. But yeah, no, other than that, I don't really know too many. But
and there was also Athan, who was going to be in the Olympics for karate, but some dramas with COVID vaccines and whatnot.
Oh, mate.
And yeah, pretty rough.
It's super rough. But yeah, Olympics have been good. I've been watching a bit of the show jumping, horses. Any horse people out there? It's real niche. But it's exciting if you know what's going on. So would recommend watching that. But yeah, go Australia. Yeah. So podcast to come. We kind of touched on it. We have some pretty big guests lined up.
Yeah, we do.
The lockdowns have kind of killed us a bit. So stick with us. We had a little break there last week. We're back into the swing of things, and yeah, we'll keep kind of doing these ones until we can have other people on, or like Zoom podcasts, I suppose. So yeah, huge few weeks ahead.
Now, we do have a little bit of a story, okay? So we do like to do our walks. It's important for mental health. Get the steps in, go outside, bit of early sun exposure, light exposure, good for the circadian rhythm and things like that.
Yep.
Now, sometimes we do see people on these walks, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen anyone worth noting as of late?
Yeah. I've seen a few. Well, especially with lockdown, you know, everyone's kind of, anyone in your area, you're going to walk past. I was at the beach the other day, going for a walk, just along the Bay Trail there, and I walked past. I saw this guy coming towards me, and I couldn't tell who it was. I was like, oh, geez, I know, like that kind of that face, and then I realized it was Simo, the SMB legacy, and look, I'm not a massive fan or anything. I'm not a fan. I'm not
quite controversial content.
I don't necessarily agree with the content, but I'm not going to go up and say g'day. But it had me thinking, and he was on a date, as I'm sure you'd imagine, and had me thinking, should you go up to creators if they're on a date? Like, because I feel like a lot of people would be like, nah, I'm not going up to someone because they're on a date, and like be really respectful.
Nah, that's just objectively the wrong answer. Like, of course, if you like him, if you're a fan, you're going up because like it's just a good look, isn't it? Like,
especially on a date.
Yeah, especially on it. Like a first date. Imagine that. Like you're on a first date with a girl. Like it's a little bit awkward. She might not know about like your social media kind of activity and what you do, and then some guy goes up, shakes your hand, goes, Louis, mate, how are you?
Yeah.
Like, big fan of the content.
Oh, it's so
and
good.
then it's just like really sets the tone like that. Nothing would be better, honestly.
Yeah, I had a feeling Simo wouldn't have minded it, to be honest. Head was on a swivel. But yeah, it's pretty amazing. He's a taller individual. I didn't realise he was pretty tall.
Yeah.
But good on him. He's getting the steps in.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. But you didn't go up to him, did you?
No, I didn't. I wouldn't go up to him even if he wasn't on a date personally. But I know.
But you guys should.
Yeah, you guys, if you're into that, if you're a fan, then definitely go up to creators. I don't see any reason not to be honest. What, have you had people come up to you on a date?
Well, obviously I've been with Jacinta for a while. I've had quite a few people come up. Yeah, Jacinta's, she doesn't like photos and she doesn't like the spotlight or anything, or you know, so she just kind of goes away whenever they come up.
Like, where
she's like, get as far away as possible, as quick as possible. But the funny one was, actually, this is a good story. I was in the Gold Coast. We're in, for anyone who knows Surfers Paradise, you know, Cavill Avenue. It's like the main avenue there. And like these guys, it was late at night, and these guys like call my name. They're like, "Oi, Gab," and like put a thumbs up like that. And I go like, "G'day guys, how you going?" And they go like, "Oh, can we get a photo?" Like going like this. I'm like, "Yeah, sure thing." And then I get a photo with the blokes. Like seem like good guys. I'm like, "Yeah, thanks for that. Like, what are your names? Blah blah blah. Good to meet you. Have a good one. Blah blah blah." Just the usual routine. Then I check the Instagram. We have a message from, I don't know how to pronounce his name, like Matt Guelphy or something.
Yeah, that's it.
With him sending the photo, I'm like, oh shit.
I didn't
even realize who it was.
Mr. AFL over here.
Yeah, but
no idea.
And he was probably thinking, how the fuck does this guy not know who I am?
Such a dickhead.
Yeah, he's like such a dickhead.
Fuck this guy.
It's like, because he normally has like the platinum hair, doesn't he? But he didn't.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
he changed it up.
Like, I didn't know who he was, and then I realized, I'm like, oh fuck, sorry, mate.
Sorry, Guelphy. Well, that's I mean, I'm sure it happens to him as well. Yeah. People coming up to him. He's a good-looking rooster. I've seen him at the SB before, and he's he's tall, good-looking, and pre-COVID was cleaning up. Yeah, very good. Now, what else have we got today? We're kind of chipping through it here. But I was in the gym the other day, obviously now that kind of things are open.
Yep.
No more lockdown. But I was in the gym and I saw, it's happened to me multiple times. Like people have come up to me saying like they know 9to5, really excited by it, which is so good. And they're a lot younger, kind of in school or just fresh, starting uni. And it made me kind of remember like I see them every time. And they have got the bug, which is so good to see.
Yeah.
Like it kind of reminds me of us when we first started out. It's kind of, you get a little bit, not separated from your friends by any means, but you take it a little bit more seriously going to the gym.
Like a journey.
Yeah. And you just see them like, they're just packing on size.
Yeah.
So I suppose it reminds me of us when we were younger. Do you remember that kind of when it clicked for us? And
yeah, like you literally just get addicted. Like it becomes a part of your lifestyle. The old cliche is saying like it's like brushing your teeth, but it's more than that because I'm not excited to brush my teeth. It's just like something I do so you don't have smelly breath.
Yeah.
But it's like, how could I explain it? It's like when like 2014 summer and Black Ops 2 is out and all the boys are on Xbox and you all want to play zombies and do the Easter egg. It's kind of like that. It's like, I need to get on after school. I need to get my Mountain Dew. I need to switch on the Xbox, join party chat. Like I'm not leaving for the next 8 hours. It's kind of like that. You've got the bug. You're addicted. You're locked in. Like once you're on the gain train, it'd be very difficult to hop off unless you just don't like getting gains. So
yeah, absolutely. That's a good analogy. I think the gaming one. It almost does become like the best part of your day when you get older. Obviously, there's other forms of fulfillment. And as long as you're doing it for yourself. But yeah, I just thought it was pretty amazing. Like seeing these younger kids and they follow 9to5. Like they've got kind of a strict program that they're following. And mate, it's like you are just in for a world of gains.
Yeah, and I like that part you brought up about like kind of separating from your friends and going on your own journey. It's weird because like we started together and everything like that, and we did train for like the majority of our thing. But obviously, as our goals separated and things like that, like we've almost separated from each other as well in terms of training, which is it's almost sad to see, but it's like it's just like these two forms of training kind of diverging. Yeah, I don't know.
We did a session together the other day, and that was really fun. So we'll look to keep doing that, and having like the lockdown is almost really good for that because we're forced to work out together and stuff. But yeah, it is. And when you start out, it's so raw, it's so basic. It's like, bro split and bloody get in there and you're just doing as many reps as you can. And that's fantastic. Don't overcomplicate it. Just enjoy it.
Yeah. And it's weird, like cause you're still training at Yes Fitness and I've moved to like the powerlifting gym there. So it's weird. Like we're both training just the same and everything like that, but it's like two completely different environments and we don't actually get to train together all that much unless so it's kind of annoying, but
it is annoying
because I don't get to make that much content while I'm at the gym, and it's like you don't want to be waving a camera around there with like all the powerlifting boys and stuff. I'll be like, who the fuck's this? Like
terrifying. Fuck that. It's a funny one. Surely after your comp you can do a little bit more hypertrophy stuff.
I think so, because at the moment it's kind of like 4 days a week. The sessions are like very, very specific and very much like volume has to be on point. If you kind of go over like or stuff up an RPE, it's like you're not doing yourself any favors. So,
no one wants to get in the way of that.
Yeah, literally.
Either. Do you have like a plan of attack for when the comp's done? Are you doing more comps or?
Depends if I qualify for Oceanias. I don't know. I haven't researched my competition too much. I know there's one absolute freak in the thing and he'll probably take #1 spot in the country for like open and juniors and everything. Yeah. The question is whether I can get second position for junior. There's just no chance I'll beat him. He's like, and he's only 20 as well. He'll probably total like 750, you reckon?
Really? Yeah. How much would he weigh?
No, he's my weight. Your weight, and he's 20. He's just a freak.
Oh, mate.
So
unlucky.
Yeah, unlucky. There's just no way I can even compete with that.
Yeah.
It's just, definitely built different. Right. But
yeah,
so we'll see if we can get second position in the juniors. And I think if you qualify for top 2 in the country, then you can get Oceanias or something like that. So we'll see. I don't think I will, but I'll definitely be giving it my all.
Do you have any plans of celebration?
Well, I haven't drunk in a really long time. So yeah, definitely just like unwinding and getting out of comp mode and everything like that. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was kind of like we had that comp and then there was only 6 weeks until Nats.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really any time to kind of do any fun training. It was very much you got to stay on the plan and, you know, tracking macros to an absolute T. Like we got a daily tracker now, which you'll be getting on soon as well.
Yeah, next week.
Literally tracking sleep, morning body weight, night body weight, every single macro, micro, mood, steps, like it's really important. Then you get all sorts of like insightful metrics from that. And yeah, like drinking enough water every day.
Yeah, you're big on the water train. He's pissing like a horse. So with that daily tracker, we're riffing here, but that's fine. With that daily tracker, so it goes from like your macros through to your mood, does it?
Yeah.
And then your sleep as well.
Yeah, literally. That's why sleep cycle has been a really important part, because before I was kind of just guessing.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Garmin's the best insight, like, because I've noticed.
I hate wearing the Garmin in bed.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable, but the thing is, it'll say, like, you know how you normally like just chill in bed for 20 minutes after you, or sometimes I do.
Yeah.
But like it'll count that as you being asleep. Whereas the sleep cycle one actually tells you like when you're awake, because it's based on a microphone thing. It's not just like your heart rate. So
Yeah.
I think sleep cycle is way better than Garmin in my opinion. So yeah, that's been pretty huge.
Do you find it drains your battery on your phone?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. As we said, we're getting really specific here, but
Yeah.
my bedside table, there's no PowerPoint next to it, so I literally have to plug, like, just let it. So my phone's like almost dead by the end of the, like when I wake up. So I just have to charge the phone during the day. So yeah, it does drain your battery, but in my opinion, it's worth it. And it might even be good because it kind of gets you off social media and you're just into it. But
Yeah, you take it seriously. I remember like the best part. So on the non-paid version, you can't like listen back to what you're saying. Whereas the paid version you can. And I was saying some crazy stuff in my sleep.
It's bloody, it's exploiting. It's unfair. It's literally bullying. It like records my snoring so I can hear it. And I'm like, no, that's not me. You're making that up. That's just like, I know what you're doing. What was some of the stuff you were saying?
Yeah, just like sleep talk, just like random stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything particular, but just so random. And then kind of waking up, it's like, oh, geez. Like that kind of rings a bell. I remember saying that and thinking it was so legit.
Because Jacinta, like, frequently complains about my snoring.
Oh, yeah,
like, particularly in the early days, but now she's just more used to it. You know, and she'd always complain, be like, no, I don't snore. What do you mean? Like, that's outrageous. Like, get out. And now, we've actually got evidence.
Well, it doesn't affect you, so why bother getting it fixed?
It doesn't affect me. But I did see a video that Noel posted. He said, you know, like sleep apnea and stuff like that. Yeah. Like when big guys, big necks kind of thing, you know, just like sleep apnea, snoring like an absolute train.
I don't know if that's how it works.
Snore in the house. No, it is. When you get built up around the neck, like air doesn't go down.
Get in.
Yeah. Trust me. It's like big guys and powerlifters. It's like really, it goes hand in hand being a powerlifter and having sleep apnea.
Really?
Yeah. It's like
choking in your sleep.
Yeah. Kind of. I don't choke in my sleep. Apparently there's different symptoms and things like that. But it can also be related to like what's it called? A deviated septum.
Yep.
And apparently Noel, this is for anyone who doesn't know Noel Dazel or something like that, is huge now. But yeah, he had like sleep apnea and a deviated septum. So he had to get like a sleep test done where they literally monitor everything. And he realized he had these two things. So he got an operation done and apparently it changed his life forever. So I reckon I will look into that once all the comp stuff dies down.
Under the knife.
But like that could be pretty huge. Like if it affects... Because obviously your sleep quality will hugely affect your gains, your physique, like your strength, everything like that. So I think it could be something like, I don't know if I do have it.
Yeah, my dad's always said I have sleep apnea. Obviously he's not a trained professional, but you're meant to be like normal people, wake up feeling refreshed. Yeah. That is not me.
Yeah, me neither.
I feel like shit when I wake up.
I feel like, a zombie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
get out of my way. Yeah, it's a hard one. But yeah, that could be a real game changer.
Yeah, so I think I'll definitely be looking into it.
So what's the two forms? You said there's, well, like you choke. I feel like I'd be a choking sleep apnea.
Apparently, I'm literally basing all of my medical advice off of Noel's video.
Yeah, fantastic.
But like waking up, like gasping for air, like you can't breathe. So I think that's one of the things. Just like a really loud snore, kind of things like that. But I don't know. I haven't done that much research into it, but it sounds like, I don't wake up choking or anything. But
but you don't wake up refreshed. No, I don't think you meant to wake up choking. I think it just happens through your sleep.
No, throughout the, like if you wake up in the middle of the night gasping for air kind of thing. Like but that doesn't happen to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be worth going and getting a test.
Yeah, I think I will.
Let's do it. So we've got a bit of a story time. We kind of cut off the story times a while ago, but I'm bringing it back because I've got a personal story. So it's kind of what kind of goes on behind the scenes in terms of TikToks and when we create stuff, you know, especially if we create things that are, I don't know, they have a bit of conflict in them.
Yeah, a bit controversial.
Controversial, yeah. So a while ago, I got asked to do jury duty, and by the way, I don't recommend doing any of this. It's not a good idea, but I do. Yeah, so I got asked to do jury duty. To which I couldn't do the jury duty. So I sent off a letter saying I can't do it. I got excused, all fine and well. Anyway, I saw it as an opportunity to make a TikTok, bit of a funny one, joking about how I was going to set the person free. Of like clearly a gag.
6ix9ine, free my boy.
Yeah, I was like, free.
Wrong.
I didn't see a thing. Like it was fine. Set him free. Anyway, so I made a TikTok on it. It was clearly a joke. And then that it didn't like take off, but it did pretty well. It was kind of like 100K views and you know a few thousand likes and plenty of comments. And people
some angry ones in there.
As we know, people cannot take a fucking joke, especially on TikTok.
Yeah.
So that kicked off. And then straight away, like the next day, I made another TikTok explaining it's a joke. Here's proof that I wasn't actually going to do jury duty. And like it was all fine. Anyway, like a month later, I get a call. Well, firstly, I think I get an email from like Big Dog. I'm not going to say who it was, but they wanted to give me a call. So Big Dog gave me a call. You know, he's like next in line is bloody Scott Morrison. So so I get this call from this guy and he's like asking me like, mate, why'd you do that? We're thinking about fining you. One of your followers sent it in.
Snitches get stitches, mate. Who
Absolute snitch. I don't know if he knows.
Up.
I don't think he understands how. I don't think it was a follow up, but even if it was, you're a fucking dog. And then so I had to talk to this guy and I was explaining to him, look, mate, it's clearly a joke. Here's the follow up TikTok, say it's a joke. Anyway, turns out he absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
He found it really funny. And he does talks for jury duty at schools and stuff. He said, I might even play it up on the big screen of what not to do. So yeah, and that was a wild ride. I remember kind of sweating for a few minutes there thinking,
I got a joke.
Oh shit, I could be in a bit of strife here. But we got away with it. So I'm not going to jail.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do jury duty and people were pissed off, which is a successful TikTok if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have hate comments in there, you know, it's just a shit TikTok. Like,
yeah. And someone commented on TikTok the other day, like, you just can't please anyone, can you?
No.
Like I made a TikTok about like eating or something and
like,
it was like what to
help,
buy.
trying to
help. Like, and someone's like, oh, you didn't get like the special composable bags or like decomposable bags.
It's like, mate, you're reusing
and it's
the bags.
Like, oh fuck yeah. And then someone replied to that like, you just cannot please everyone, can you?
Mate, some of the most like people will find anything. Like on that one I did where I was like shopping on a budget.
Yeah.
It was like I didn't buy everything I needed because I already had some of the stuff at home, and I was just like going through like the general stuff I need, and people literally, the receipt was on there for not even a second. You couldn't even make it out. Like you would have had to zoom in.
Yeah.
People have gone on, paused, screenshot, zoomed in and gone, no, the mince isn't on there. The mince is not on there.
No.
And then they've gone and commented, the mince isn't on there. The bacon isn't on there. Well, mate, the bacon was on there. You just didn't even read it properly.
They want a refund for
and then some people complaining, you bought the $7 bacon, like the expensive one. It's like, mate, it's my money. If I want to get the more premium bacon, that's my decision. It's just outrageous. It's like, don't tell me what to do. So other people saying bacon is a terrible source of protein. Like, far out.
Oh yeah. It's better than fucking Wheat Bix.
Yeah, what was like some of the other stuff, like me eating chicken and rice, or it's like people saying like it's unhealthy. I wouldn't put that into my body.
My favorite one is there's this kid who's like obsessed with the fact we have our tops off, and not obsessed by like looking at us. He's obsessed at like pointing out. He's like, oh, finally you've got a top on. Like finally you've got a t-shirt on. It's like, mate,
we're
it's
in the
your
fitness
fucking
industry.
job, bro.
Like Jesus.
It's
go watch like Antique Roadshow or something. This probably isn't the content for you.
This just isn't it, man. Like, I'm sorry, but we're not changing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some of the other good comments. Like
the fact that you just can't please everyone.
What about the guy you like had to kill him with kindness? Like, do you remember that one?
Oh, mate, I still kill him with kindness.
Yeah,
look, I've been onto his page. I hope this doesn't get through to him. He definitely wouldn't listen to the podcast, but I've had a look through his TikTok, and it's grim. It's like he's from Southwest Sydney, back blocks,
It's just
which
like
is fine, and he's
revving
tatted
up,
up, and
yeah.
it's like revving Holden Commodores,
like doing donuts and stuff,
and
yeah.
like, you know, like talking about fuck the cops and all this stuff. And he's just like after us.
Yeah.
He's just like, he hates us, and he hates the fact we make programs. He hates the fact we make content.
Yeah.
He hates the fact we're alive.
What was the thing he commented that was like really angry?
Oh, there's so much. He's just like, he's always after us. And he's like always looking for, he's like, yeah, nah, that's a sus transformation, like clearly on gear. And I'm like, brother, I love you. Like, you're a legend. And he doesn't follow us, or he didn't follow us. Yeah. And
manually
then
clicks on it.
one day I went onto his account and he followed us, and I was like, mate, this is so good. And he's like liking the comment.
That gives me something else I wanted to talk about, right? Is the fake natty things, the accusations. Just
fantastic.
I don't even remember what his name was. He was a special breed of person, but he was really angry and just didn't understand things. It was like, he made all this fitness content, and he just like, it's like he had a lot of comments of people saying like, mate, why are you making fitness content? Like, you literally have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, I used to think this guy's natty, but 17 kilos, 2 years or whatever it is, or 9 months or whatever it is.
Yeah, he fell for the 9 month.
Yeah. A bit sus. He just said some really funny stuff. It was like, if this is 17 kilos of natural muscle, it's not natural muscle. If it is natural muscle, he's on gear. Like, that makes no sense, mate. How can it be natural muscle, but I'm on gear? It's like,
mate,
I did a big post on it. Like, I'm not on gear. Like, I don't see myself taking it unless I want to be Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, well, it's a difficult one, that the accusation, because if you're on gear, if you take it too seriously, then people are like, nah, he's on gear. But if you don't address it, then they also think you're on gear. So you just got to like, look, this isn't the case. This is why I never would.
Yeah. And I think I was pretty in the middle ground for it.
Yeah,
I was like, I wasn't too like defensive and aggressive and offended by it, but I wasn't also ignoring it. And I had comments of people going like, bro, why do you feel the need to constantly defend? It's like, bro, I'm not constantly defending it. Like, I'm literally doing it once here, like over one day. It was just like, as you said, you can't please everyone.
You can't.
But it's like, why would I compete in a constantly drug tested sport? Like, if I was on gear, I'd be sweating bullets about like, geez, am I going to get drug tested? Am I going to be on the sanction board, like banned for 4 years or something? It's like, if you think I'm on gear, watch me continually compete in this federation and never get picked up for a drug, because I'm not on gear.
And then there's the other thing of people are like, those drug tests, you can fake them. It's like, fucking hell. You're so new to lifting.
New plates, more dates, more plates, or whatever it is.
Video.
More plates, more dates video. And they've just got their information and they're basing it off of like that one video.
Yeah.
Even though he is pretty reputable, but...
And out of all that, I got an accusation as well, which made my fucking
I'm pretty sure his mate did a cycle too.
Yeah. Juice me up, boys.
Yeah. Oh, didn't I see a video of you saying you did a SARM cycle? It's like, mate, please find the video and show it to me, because that definitely doesn't exist.
It's so good. Yeah, it's good fun. NTF house, we're just pinning each other with needles all day. Yeah. That's what's happening. In the glute. Here it is, mate.
Pants down, mate.
A dartboard across the room. Just a bit of trend.
We do have a pretty booming mailbag as usual.
We do. This is one of the better ones. Mm-hmm. In fact, we've kind of addressed that first question, but from Lewis Barnes, it said, I wonder if he's related to Jimmy, actually. How do you feel about people thinking you take steroids? It's actually fucking good, to be honest.
It's pretty funny.
Great compliment.
Like, it can get pretty annoying when people have like such conviction. It's like that guy was just like, nah, he's on, like, not even like exploring the other option, being like, oh, he possibly couldn't be on. It's like, nah, 100%. It's like, to be honest, I don't even, like, there's a lot crazier physiques out there than mine. I don't even train for size. Like, I like having a nice physique, but like, if I did train for hypertrophy and was actually shredded, I think I'd be getting a whole lot more steroid accusations.
Yeah. Surely you'll do that one day.
Yeah, probably if I'm not doing comps this summer, like, I'll do that.
Yeah, nice.
That's when the steroid accusations will come.
Oh, I can't wait.
But yeah, like, this sounds really arrogant, but if I was on gear and I did train for size, like, I'd be hoping to kind of be like I don't know if I would be in like Mr. Olympia contention, but like seriously elite bodybuilding status.
Yeah.
To be honest, the sport just doesn't interest me. I think it's an unhealthy sport, but I think I do have the genetics and kind of potential to be like an elite bodybuilder.
Yep.
But it just doesn't interest me. And yeah, if I did take gear, I think I'd be.
I can imagine you in the little jocks up on the stage, mate, with the G-string.
Like, I don't mean to insult anyone that does
yourself?
bodybuilding, but
Oh, mate.
I don't want to be fake tanned and look like
Oh, mate.
a bloody...
You've
I
been
don't want to say
taken out of
anything
the
that's a bit
oven.
politically incorrect, but yeah, looking very questionable and wearing like a G-string. Like, I don't like being treated like a piece of meat and just like doing some cringe flexes and stuff like that. It's like, bro,
How could you do it to yourself?
just...
I mean, each their own. Fair enough, and we
it
respect
can look pretty
it.
sick if you're like Chris Bumstead or someone, but
Yeah.
I just wouldn't be able to like take myself seriously.
It's the G-string, man. It's the
Yeah.
G-string. I can't. Yeah. No, it's not for me. Next question. Romulus Mason says, "Is beta alanine all placebo?" No.
No, definitely not.
It's definitely
There's
not.
actually like a lot of like it. There's a lot of supplements out there, and beta alanine is one of the ones that they recommend to load on for sport and things like that, like before a footy game, so you don't cramp. We're not nutritionists or anything, but this is just what I've heard. I've said, like, you've heard that. As
Yeah,
well.
more like explosive efforts, like sprinting.
Yeah.
We were talking to our physio the other day, who's right into his sprinting, and he said like pretty much beta alanine gets him through big sessions, like where they're doing like 100-meter sprints times 3 or something, which apparently is hectic. It's max efforts.
Yeah.
And the beta alanine really gets you through. I don't know if I'd want to use it for footy because firstly I'd be itching.
Just depends
and I
how
don't
you
like that.
respond to it. Like you respond to it, you're quite
Like I've done meth.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Not that either of us have done meth, but that's just the analogy
What I'd
we're
imagine.
using here because
What I would
I'm
imagine.
pretty sure there are meth zombies out there. But yeah.
Yeah. But no, I couldn't personally do it. But I feel like it's more of like that pre-workout thing, that like explosive power,
Yeah. I do recall him saying it stops cramping though.
Yeah.
And I know
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
quite a few elite cyclists that swear by beta alanine as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's alanine, whatever it is, but
Yeah, I actually had I had a 3D energy drink like half before a game because I was feeling really lethargic, and it actually did wonders.
Does it have beta in it?
And I think it touched. I'm not too sure, but even still, I couldn't believe it because normally I was like, "Nah, I'd never take pre-workout for a game." But then I had some, and I was like, "Oh, actually, that's pretty good."
Whereas for me, like I can use really heavy pre-workouts and I don't feel itchy or anxious or anything like that. Although once I did have a white monster.
You almost had a heart attack.
Yeah, I was so this was like the last concert before COVID. It was like ASAP Ferg. And me and my mate shared the white monster. So we had a half each. And like I was worried, like my heart rate was so high. I can usually tolerate quite a lot of caffeine. There was something in this white monster that maybe because it was like a mosh pit as well, the environment, like those two mixed together. But dude, I was like so anxious and so nervous. I could feel my heart beat. Like I was just drinking water, like,
shaky jakey.
Yeah, I was like, jeez, mate, I do not feel good. It wore off. It was all good. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's environment plus.
Yeah, I think environment, sleep, how much you've eaten as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to be careful with anything with high caffeine.
Yeah.
Don't you? Next question
We got Jaden.Fearon. How do I tell my mum lifting won't kill me?
Good question. It's a difficult one. I don't know, to be honest. I just it's just not going to kill you, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe start by not showing her photos of like Arnold and like
Scary
geared
people.
up, scary bodybuilders. Maybe go for more of like a healthy look.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe you can show her this podcast. Mum, let Jaden lift, please, because it's not going to kill him.
There's a lot of people that say like lifting stunts your growth as well.
Oh, it's such bullshit.
I mean, we're not the tallest blokes out there, but we're also not garden gnomes, like around the 5'10" mark. So
we raise up, we go up. We're 6 foot.
We do, yeah, 6 foot, mate.
6'5".
Yeah.
It's not going to kill you though. And keep your weights low. Be smart. Don't be an idiot.
Yeah, focus on technique
You're
over
gonna be
big
fine.
weight.
Yeah.
Don't ego lift, and I think you really can't go wrong. Resistance training is one of the best things you can do for yourself physically and mentally.
And it also shows a huge level of commitment. So yeah, if your son can stick to it, then
I think you could even say, like, if you stay disciplined and you have a good work ethics in the gym, then that can transfer over to things like homework and your studies. And like that definitely did for me. I didn't really lift weights in high school. I was more grinding like soccer and stuff like that. But like I think those work ethics that you learn are definitely transferable. So you could have that argument like perhaps if you're not really that good at like footy or soccer or any more of the traditional sports in high school, you could kind of channel your efforts into this domain here.
Yeah, absolutely. No, get into it, to be honest. It's the best thing. Who have we got next, Gab?
We've got the last question from Hugh.Matthews. Surely you're coming to Sydney once COVID is gone. We were actually thinking about doing a few more trips. You know, the Gold Coast kind of did open my eyes up. Look, people are buying programs. We have the capital. We have a bit of money. Look, we can't really go overseas, so let's do a few trips around Australia. Good to get content. Definitely could.
I definitely think after talking to our last podcast, which is Adolfo, who's into digital nomadism, so we can kind of do that. As long as we have a laptop, then we can kind of work from anywhere, which is the beauty of 9to5. So definitely Sydney's on the cards. Definitely WA.
WA, mint weather, get a good tan, although there's nothing healthy about a tan.
Nothing healthy about a tan. But we would bring the podcasting equipment and just see if we can hook up with people when we're there, other creators, so on. But yeah, Sydney's definitely on the cards.
Just need to get a story up and say, keep buying programs, keep paying for our plane tickets and whatnot.
Yeah, even if you
Where else in Australia is cool? Like definitely we could go
Queensland.
Gold Coast again.
Far north Queensland. I'd love to do like Broome or something. You know, in the Kimberley. I've been there before. It's like the most amazing thing.
Is there anything good in Adelaide or like South Australia? Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, there's nothing good.
There's good wineries.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I don't know if that's your.
Yeah. No. Yeah, but definitely more trips around Australia.
Yeah, we should do more around Melbourne as well. Just like more traveling and stuff. But where our eyes are open.
Yeah, definitely. Now, for you exclusive podcast listeners, we do want to run a bit of a discount code.
Yeah, we do.
So we do have these new casual t-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're different to the previous ones. The previous ones were quite like thick, you know, like a nice shirt for going out in. This is more like a casual tee. It's definitely, if you've got the Brock Fit tee, it's the same material as that, but it's like quite a breathable, it's a nice design, really like low key. It's got like our casual logo, like our alternative logo. It's just a super chill tee. Use it for gym, use it for...
Everyone who's kind of given us a review on that has talked about the quality and how amazing the quality is. So we really do believe in it.
And they're even cheaper than the previous t-shirt as well. They're only $40. And yeah, if you do listen to the podcast, then you can use the discount code podcast and you'll get 10% off. So,
we love that.
Yep.
Thanks to everyone for your support. Please use that code. And we look forward to seeing you next time.
Awesome. Thanks for listening, guys.
See you, mate.